ScouterStan, I'm going to take this off, okay? I know we're all wearing them for safety, but I get all hot. Whoa, wait a minute. I get all hot and sweaty and it's icky. This is a special report, okay? We ended season 2, the filming of season 2, mid-February, and like the next day we went into a total shutdown. So there was scrambling going on and everybody, you know, shutting down. I think kids were out from school, spring break and all, and they never went back. So, you know, here we are dealing with a pandemic, and we're doing a lot of special things. And you know, one of the things that I wanted to bring up, since technically this is not the beginning of season 3, okay? We're still producing and getting those things together and starting that up, okay? So season 3 is yet to happen. This is in between the 2 seasons. Technically, I'm on vacation. So I guess we all are, you know, if you're in a situation where that's going on. But I wanted to address some serious stuff that's going on with scouting. And I wanted to make sure that we included our people that like to hear it on Audible, you know, so you can hear it there too. So I wanted to cover some things as far as what's going on with ScouterStan and everything. You know, a scout is obedient, okay? That's number 2 in the scout law, right? We have to follow our federal and state guidelines with scouting, okay? To not do that would be not good. Wouldn't be scout-like, okay? We have to do our duty to our scouts and our community. We have to. It's who we are. We can't help it. I've always said, be the example, not the exception. You know what I mean, okay? So, but that's out there. We must work together, oddly, to curb the pandemic, but we have to do it independently. Okay. Now with scouting, we do groups, and we go camping, and we go canoeing, and we climb mountains. We do all these great things, but we do them as a group. Now that we're not as a group, we've gone virtual. You know, scouts, my goodness, these young people, they're doing some incredible things. So they've gone virtual. That's fantastic. I think that's wonderful. Honestly, I hope it stays, to a certain degree, virtual for scouts that are not feeling well, or they might be out of town, or on a trip or something like that, so they can still participate. I think this is going to be new. This is going to be exciting, and it's going to be different. Already we've gone virtual with there was an African World Jamboree called JOTI, JOTI. I think that's how they pronounce it. Awesome. You can still pick it up through the World Scouting thing. I'll leave a link down there. That's that. They went virtual. They couldn't do it live, so they went virtual. Scout meetings. A lot of the scout troops, a lot of the Cub Scouts, they've done their pack meetings virtual. They'll get a meeting place and everybody will call in, or they'll use a computer to video themselves participating in the meeting. This is critical, especially since we can't physically meet in one spot and stay within the federal and state guidelines. So at least we could stay safe and still have our meetings. So scout meetings are still going on. Scouting just, you know, it didn't stop scouting. In fact, it's reinvigorated it. It is given it more ability to reach out more than it ever has in the past. We've also done merit badge universities online. Okay, you might notice, here it is, I'm in Central Florida. Okay, Central Florida has one of the premier camps in the country. Okay, and Camp La Noche has been doing merit badges. They have it online, and you can easily click into that. So adult leaders, look into that. Also look where your council is doing, what your district is doing. They will have stuff too, and they can help you out as far as merit badges. So that's important. They did a camp out recently. Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts all camped out virtually. They had the campfire was done virtual online, and then everybody camped out in their own backyards. Talk about convenient. That's awesome. Okay, that is just fantastic. Also, we're getting ready for day camp and summer camp. They're going virtual too. In some places they might be doing it live, but still, we're going by the guidelines of the federal government and the state government. Wherever you are, that's what we're going by. We want to keep our kids safe. It's a big part of scouting. Huge. Troop and pack committees need to have their own meetings. Now, I mentioned earlier, a lot of troops and a lot of packs are having their own meetings virtually. Okay, the adults need to do that too. With troops, a lot of PLC, okay, that's the Patrol Leader Council, needs to get together and do their meetings too. This can all be done virtually. So keep that in mind. The two big things that two of the big things that the troop and pack committee need to work on the online stuff is to make sure that their commissioner and that or their district commissioner or their DE, their district executive, is involved in that, because they work directly with the adult leadership. That's critical. You need to get them involved too. Also, make sure you get as many parents involved in this virtual meeting. This is critical for the structure of your pack and your troop. You need to get that going, okay? And one of the big things you need to start planning is how post-pandemic, this is not going to last forever, when it's over and we're getting back and working and gearing up for everything, what are we going to do with scouts? Most of the time, most scouting follows what the schools do. So if the schools are back in session, or they have school meetings and they have school involvement and it's done as a group and so on, that's usually where this is going to go. So this is something that your committee needs to plan. Now, in addition to that, your den leaders, I'm talking Cub Scouts, den leaders should have a meeting with their parents talking about requirements. It's one thing to be working on it individually, and with den leaders need to guide and enable that process. So that's something they need to do. It might be helpful to see eye to eye through the internet, through a meeting, how that's done. Okay, that's important. Scoutmasters. Yes, talking about Scoutmasters. Scoutmasters should have an online meeting with all of their scout-facing scout leaders. Okay, now if you're not familiar with backstage and scout-facing, I'm going to put a video up here. Okay, check it out. All right, that'll give you more information about that. But they should get with all of those leaders and talk about two big things. They need to talk about how to do merit badges. What is the process? What do we do with blue cards in a situation like this? That's a discussion you need to have, and have that with your adult leaders. Okay, make sure you talk a little bit about that with your committee too. Make sure they're involved, especially the part that handles advancement. They need to be involved a little bit. Scoutmasters also can do conferences. That's very important. They can also do board of reviews. That is really cool. So that can all be done online. Now, one of the most important points that I need to make now is that all of this, all of your online activities, all of your emails, all of your text, all of your phone calls need to be done within YPT, Youth Protection Training. In that, you need the 2 deep leadership. That's critical to scouting. We are here to make sure we protect our youth, and that is very important to use YPT. That's why we require that type of training. You know, it's a great opportunity now that we have all this downtime. Not everybody does, but a lot of people do. And while that's going on, get caught up on some training. It's okay to do training that for other things, okay? At least you will know more about it. Scoutmasters could do the training for committee so that they're familiar with that structure, and vice versa. All the committee people, parents, they could do the training for Scoutmaster. Or Cubmaster, or what have you. There's so much opportunity for that, and you could do that online. Now, that is changing slightly. National is moving ahead with updating some of those training. It is kind of strange how that all works, and we have done videos on that, but keep it all up to date. You know, we work so hard for our youth, and our youth are succeeding. Even in these trying times, they're succeeding, and it's directly because of adult leaders like you. I am so proud of you. Please keep up the good work. We work for a greater good, okay? And let's just keep up that effort towards making a better tomorrow through scouting. Scouting is a way of changing the world, and we work with youth, and we get that youthful input from them. So definitely keep up the good work that we're doing. Scouting is worth it. Your youth are worth all this effort, so keep it up, okay? I'm very proud of you, and I will definitely see you on the trail.